guys, today's video is going to be talking about 3D movement, movement in your manifestation in general, behind the scenes, in your 3D reality, and explaining why you are perceiving it as not happening, why in your experience, for you personally, you might think there is no movement. So please do thumbs up and subscribe and turn on the notification bell. I'd really appreciate it. And you can stay up to date with every new upload I make, whether it's a short video with manifestation advice or a long form video like today's. And yeah, I do offer coaching if you would like some personal help, if you're really struggling, especially in relation to, trying to see movement. I think that's the biggest hurdle. People get really stuck when it comes to an SP, especially when they don't see the movement happening, they're not getting the communication, the commitment, and they start to panic. So I think today's video will help. And if you do feel you need the extra help, I have a few extra options on screen that I've recently launched, as well as on my Instagram linked below. There is all the information with pricing, how to get in touch with me. On screen, there was also my Instagram and email address written there. So yeah, do check out my Instagram, LOA Coaching, if you'd like more info on how to work with me. And let's just get into the video. First most obvious point of why you're not seeing the movement of the new story of the manifestation you're creating is that you're too focused on your current 3D reality. You're focusing on the circumstances, you're not, you're not thinking and not necessarily living from the end. You don't have to do that, but you're not thinking and experiencing the new story mentally from that end result that you want. You're focusing on what you're seeing and experiencing and feeling around you right now. Everything you see on SP's social media, everything you experience during your workday when you go into work, whatever it is, you're focusing too much attention on that rather than realizing you're the creator of your reality. As Einstein even said, imagination is the preview of life's coming attractions. So everything literally is created in your imagination first. And if you can imagine it, you can have it. So if you're focusing on it, you are creating it in your reality. So you need the repetition and you need to distance yourself and distract yourself from the 3D reality. And I do have videos talking about, sorry, just adjusting my camera a little bit there. I do have videos specifically about ignoring the 3D reality and talking more about this topic as well. So I just wanted to address the question that my own clients have posed to me as well about not seeing the movement happening. And one of the things I always stress is that there is always movement. It might be behind the scenes and you may not see it physically, but you just need to trust that it is there. Second point is that you are probably not affirming enough. If there really isn't any movement and it's been a very long time and it is something, your manifestation and your affirmations specifically are something physical or something that you need to experience or see for yourself in order for your manifestation to come about, such as receiving a text message, getting a promotion, that sort of thing where it, literally directly includes you, and it's not something that you have a huge amount of resistance to or something that would be deemed impossible where you are trying to break down more resistance, then you should be seeing some kind of physical movement. I'd probably say within 6 months at most. If you're seeing nothing within that time frame, you probably are doing something wrong in the manifestation process or just not putting enough effort in. And that's why one of the points that I really think is that you're not affirming enough. It does also tie into a mental diet. They do go hand in hand. So if you're not doing one, you can just do more of the other. But really, if you're not affirming enough, then that's probably a key issue. And I think it can be difficult. And some people maybe don't realize how long they should spend affirming. If you, for example, broke up with your boyfriend or girlfriend last week, you were in a relationship and it's literally only been 1 week, then you will probably get movement, physical movement, if not your full manifestation, that we get back together, he texts me, I love you, whatever it is, you will probably receive that within a month, I would say, because you have such little resistance. You literally just broke up. You're in contact still technically, it's only been 7 days, you've had the relationship, so that in that kind of circumstance, you probably do have less resistance. So there, perhaps in those kind of cases, it's easier to manifest just because, like I said, the 3D circumstances haven't created that many negative assumptions in your mind yet, and you can flip it around more easily. But if you've gone about 6 months and you see absolutely nothing, and you're affirming for something that has an action-based result, and that involves you, then you probably probably haven't been affirming enough. You've been allowing the negative thoughts to seep in, and you need to spend at least double the amount of time that you have been affirming every day until you get back on track. You don't have to spend 3-4 hours a day every single day. Most people probably don't have time for that. I do, but if you don't, that's totally fine. You can balance out with your regular life and schedule, but at least for the first couple of days, really go hard on those affirmations, get yourself back on track, get yourself into a really, really positive mindset, and then you can slow down a little bit. But you want to gain that momentum and really start targeting the negative thoughts and flipping it by doing 1,000 times more positive thoughts regarding your affirmations. So next point is that you might be really, really impatient, which again ties into checking the 3D, focusing on the 3D. If you're impatient and you feel like you want to give up, or you're struggling, your manifestation isn't coming in, it is, but if you're telling yourself it isn't, you're causing delays and putting more hurdles up for yourself. So if you're focusing on the 3D that much, you're probably going to become very impatient and feel like you're not seeing the results, you're checking and feeling disappointed. If you're ever trying to take action to manipulate how your manifestation is coming in, or to try and control it too much by checking the 3D, you're never going to get the result you want. It's never going to work out. Even if you do see what you want, it will reassure you for 1 minute, but I guarantee by the next morning or whatever, you will fall back into the negative pattern and feel the urge to check again, right? So it's not going to benefit you. You really need to learn to be a bit more patient, and this comes from trusting in yourself as a conscious creator. You want to feel more confident and work on your manifesting power, and everyone has the ability, but you want to believe in it. That's the whole thing. That's the point that I'm trying to make, and that's most important, that you need to believe in your ability as a creator, that you are in full control, and that will help you become more patient. And again, you want to let it all unfold naturally. There's no need to manipulate or take action or keep checking. Just because you haven't seen anything change for 5 days, you've seen no bird before land, you haven't received the text message, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. You just persist, you let it unfold, you trust that it is yours. The law literally states your assumptions create. And how do you create assumptions? By training your mind to believe in it. And that takes repetition. So it will unfold naturally. All you need to do is persist. If you find yourself over-analyzing conversations and experiences in your physical reality, then you are also gonna cause struggle for yourself and delays and hurdles. You're being stuck in the 3D reality. It doesn't matter if you 1 minute ago had a fight with your SP over text. It doesn't matter, you just persist. You don't analyze that conversation, you let it go, and you keep looping your affirmations and staying on top of your mental diet. There's no need to analyze anything in your current 3D circumstance, because it will change to give you your manifestation. Your only job and the only requirement to make that happen is repeating the new story until it becomes a fact. So remember that it is happening behind the scenes. Even the times where you say there's no movement, I can't see anything, why is it not changing? It is. So don't question it, because it's like erasing the last 20 minutes of affirmations you did. Every time you ask yourself, where is it? It's not here. You're undoing like at least 20 minutes of affirming that you just finished. So just stay on track with a new story and completely disregard the 3D reality. Treat it as an absolute, just false, fake TV show that you know is not real, and be like, this isn't real, the reality is what I'm thinking in my mind right now. So just give it time, because it is unfolding behind the scenes. If you don't see the movement straight away, it just means it's happening behind the scenes, and eventually you will get birds before land, or movement, or just your full manifestation. Final point that I want to touch on are why you are not getting your manifestation, why you aren't seeing the movement, why you are personally doubting it and not allowing it to unfold and happen and trust in it, is because you're just not flipping your negative thoughts. So like I said, it all ties in together. You're not focusing on the new story for the majority of the time. You're either splitting it 50-50 positive and negative thoughts, or you're literally allowing more negative thoughts than affirmations to be the focus in your mind and in your subconscious mind, which we only control through repetition. So you won't even know what's in your subconscious mind until you start affirming. The little amount of time that you are probably affirming is being completely overpowered by the negative thoughts just seeping into your mind all day long. And it doesn't mean you're like, 15 hours a day you're thinking negatively. It could be 20, 30 negative doubts repeatedly, constantly coming in about your SP, yourself, your job, whatever the manifestation is. And then you're only spending 20 minutes a day affirming. It's not enough to counteract it, because if you're not on top of your mental diet and spending at least 20, 30 minutes a day affirming, then you're just not putting in the right amount of work. So it needs to be a balance of a mental diet and really good affirming, or a really strict mental diet and at least 20 minutes of affirming. So you want to balance out and make sure that you know for yourself, I've definitely done enough to saturate my mind. Even if I have 3 or 4 negative thoughts that I didn't catch today, that's okay, because I put in the work. So you want to be in a confident state knowing that you've done enough work. And hopefully all of this made sense and was useful to you guys, gave you guys some clarity on why you might be feeling that way. So please do thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell if you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Bye.